Hi everyone, I've just put this little practice together, another 20-minute flow and go. This one's particularly good if you've got tight lower back and hips, so good for any time of the day, or just if you need to kind of create a bit of fluidity and openness in that part of your body. So to start with, come 12 forwards and then make your way into child's pose. So knees wide, big toes together. Let the hips soften towards the heels, stretch out the fingertips, and then let the forehead come to the floor. Allow yourself a few moments here. Bear with me, I've set my timer going so I have an idea. Really let the back body surrender. Space behind the heart, softening to the floor. Inhale, lift your gaze, walk both your fingers out to the left. Crawl your right fingertips as far as you can take them, and then again let everything soften. So really lengthening out the right side of the waist. Inhale, lift your gaze. Come back through the midline and then take it to the other side. Creeping your left fingertips as far as you can, and then again letting everything soften down. Inhale, lift your gaze. Come back to center and make your way onto all fours. So knees stacked under hips, wrists under shoulders, and check that your belly is switched on just a little bit. So we want to kind of avoid this dropping of the belly to the floor. So it's just a gentle pull of the belly button towards the midline. And then extend your left leg straight out behind you. So get your toes pointing to the floor. We don't want the leg to hitch up too high or to be too low. We want our hips to be neutral. And then extend and reach into the right fingertips. Get really long. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, draw in, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, draw in. Twice more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, again, reach, get really long waist, really gently drawing towards the spine. And then release. And swap side. So to start with, just taking that right leg back. Again, checking toes pointing to the floor, the gentle engagement of the belly. And then reaching left fingertips. Inhale, get long. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw in. Twice more. And then once again, extend, reach, get really long, lifting up through the belly, extending into that foot, reaching into the fingertips, and then gently release. You might need to give yourself a little wiggle in between. I just feel like I need to shake it out a little bit. Roll my ribs one direction and then back in the other. And then you're going to come back to a neutral spine. Inhale, reach the right fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, thread them through. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thread. Inhale. Exhale, thread. This time, let the side of the shoulder come to the floor, head come to the floor. Then come onto your fingertips, gently start to turn the chest open. Just getting that nice shoulder release. And take weight into that left hand. Press down to come back to all four. Second side. Inhale, left fingertips reach. Exhale, thread. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thread. Inhale, reach. Exhale again. Thread that shoulder through. Let the shoulder come to the floor, side of the head to the floor. Letting gravity kind of hug you down, getting that nice release through the outer shoulder. Inhale, take weight into the right hand. Come back to all fours. And then make your way into downward facing dog. So to start with, put a deep bend in your knees, like you're trying to take your belly towards your thighs. Really firm the hands with a strong press into each fingertip. The finger mounds of your palms, so where the finger meets the palms, are really pressing down strongly. Let the back of the neck get long, and then press the thigh bones up, back, and apart while keeping your knees bent. Really lengthens, opens up a little bit of space to the lower back. You'll feel a bit of warmth in your thighs. You'll feel everything starting to fire up, which is good. And then you can start to straighten out your legs. Wanting to keep that length through the upper body. So for some of us, we'll need to keep that little bend. And then walk your way all the way to the top of that. Tiptoes, keeping the hips high as you can. Coming into Uttanasana. Little bend in the knees at the top of the head. Melt to the floor. Even take elbows in the hands. Let yourself rock gently. Release the hands. Take your hands to your hips. Firm the legs, pressing firmly into all four corners of the feet as you inhale and come up with a long spine. Exhale, release. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a couple of breaths here. Big full breaths, feeling the belly expanding through the heart. Each exhale, softening, connecting back to Mother Earth. Keep letting the eyes to open. Inhale, take the palms wide. Exhale, fold fingers to the earth. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Release the back knee to the floor, and then just let the hips soften evenly to the top end of your mat. And release the top of the back foot. Start to firm the legs. You really start to draw this front thigh back. You get that support as you reach fingertips to the ceiling. And then release the right hand like you're reaching back for your left thigh. Very gently leaning over to the right. Keep the legs strong. Keep the outer hips hugging to the midline. So really looking for this space and length all the way through that left hand side. Hip flexors, psoas, side waist. Inhale, release hands back to center. And then exhale, come into a runner's lunge. So hips stack over that back foot. Press into the ball of the front leg and then extend out and over. Inhale, release the foot to the top of the mat. Take weight into the hands and press back to plank. So a couple of breaths here, really engage the midline, press back into the heels, extend the heart to the top of the mat. And then exhale, release. Knees, chest and chin to the earth. Inhale, baby cobra, just chest lifts. Exhale, melt. Inhale, come even a little bit higher if it's accessible. Exhale, melt. One more like that. Come out onto your fingertips like you got spider hands. Take your fingers wide. Inhale, curling up. Then take a couple of breaths. Let yourself kind of sway side to side. Keep the legs strong, so pressing into the tops of the feet. And then exhale, soften. Turn up the toes. Press firmly down as you come back to plank. And then exhale back, down facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale. Draw it in, step it through. Back knee comes down. And again, let the hips soften evenly to the top of your yoga mat. Release the top of the back foot, press down to lift up to that more active version of the pose. This time, left fingertips reaching towards the back of that right hamstring. And using the firmness into the tops of the feet, the hug of the outer hips in as you gently lean over, getting that beautiful length through the front right leg, waist, and all the way up to your armpit. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, come into runner's lunge. Just spread the toes, lengthen out and over, coming down. Inhale, release the foot, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Press down, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, back, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. This time, staying on the ball of the back foot. And then press down to lift up, coming into a high lunge, but immediately bending the back knee deeply. Again, this front thigh keeps drawing in towards the hip socket. The outer hips hug to the midline. And then right hand reaches back for that left hamstring. Getting that extended length through the left side of the waist. Inhale, reach fingertips back to the sky. And then press both feet straight, float out and over, coming into a modified pyramid shape. So staying on the ball of the back foot, lengthening the belly out and over that front thigh. Next, inhale, bend that front knee, place the hands, step back to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, make your way back, down facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Again, staying on the ball of the back foot, press down to lift up, high lunge, and immediately bend the back knee, getting that really nice deep stretch. You do feel that you're working here. You really got to hug the outer hips in, keep drawing this front thigh bone towards the hip socket. This time left hand reaching back for that right hamstring. It's a really gentle lean towards the left. Like me, you might do a little bit of shaking. Inhale, come back to center. Again, press and extend both legs to straight and lengthen the belly out over the front thigh. Again, inhale, extend the heart, and exhale, fold out and over. Inhale, bend that front knee, step back to the top of your mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Press down, inhale, come up with a long spine. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, float fingers to the earth. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Lengthen, extend. You still feel like really tight the lower back of the hamstrings. Put bend in the knees. Exaggerate, tilt the sit bones. Pressing up and back. You can leave it there or add the straightening of the legs. And then bring the knees to the floor and come to sit on your bottom. Extend your right leg straight out in front of you. And then bring this left knee to stack as best you can over the right. So Ardha Gomukhasana or half cow face pose. Keeping the length in your spine, fold out and over, or just until you get a stretch. If you've got a strap, you can hook that around the ball of your foot, or if you can grab your foot, you can use that traction to lengthen out and over a little bit further. Inhale. Lift and lengthen up. Get this top leg where it is. Bring the right heel to the left hip. So coming into Gomukhasana or cow face pose. Now this pose is really difficult for me. I have very tight hips. So I pretty much make the shape and then sit quite tall. If you've got a little bit more mobility in your hips and it's accessible, you can start to lean out and over, or even take your arms into arrowhead and lean forward from there. So you just allow the practice and the pose to meet your body where it's at, which for me is pretty much right here. So just nice few deep breaths. Use your breath to keep your composure in this shape. So this is a shape that in lots of bodies it brings up feelings of sensation and tightness. Look, and in some bodies it's quite natural. We're all different. We're all built differently. And your next inhale, if you're leaning forward, lift and lengthen back up. Really nice and slowly release your legs. And then just allow your feet and legs to roll in and out. And then take it to the other side. So left leg long, right knee stacks as best you can over the left. Again, sitting up nice and tall and then folding forward. Again, just until you feel a sensation of stretch, so you don't always have to move very far. If it's accessible, you can grab your foot again, use that traction to lengthen a little bit further. Your next inhale, coming up with a long spine. This time taking the left heel to the right hip. So again, stacking the knees as best you can. Again, it might be enough just to make that shape. If that shape's not accessible, you should just come into easy cross legs. And then again, long spine, gently folding out and over if it's accessible. If you took the option on the other side, you can come into arrowhead arms and even lean forward from there. So keeping your breath steady, keeping your breath composed, even if it feels really tight or uncomfortable. Like practice for life, really. We face discomfort often. Can we keep the breath even? Can we respond rather than react? This is literally how we practice this on our yoga mat. Once again, moving nice and slowly, can lift and lengthen up. Release the legs. Again, gentle roll in and out of the legs. And one last pose, coming into Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together. You can either grab your ankles or toes, whatever feels more comfortable in your body, and sitting up tall as you lengthen out and over. Using the traction of your forearms against the shins to press the knees a little wider. Keep lengthening the heart out and over. Inhale, coming up. And then finishing in child's pose. So coming back to where we started, knees wide, big toes together, the belly, chest and forehead soften to the floor. Couple of breaths here. Just noticing that difference in your body, and in your senses, how you're feeling. Just after that short practice, connecting movement to breath. Next inhale, lift your gaze. Come to sit on your heels, bring the hands to the heart. Namaste.